Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
First show of 2023. Welcome back, everybody. Was everyone have a good Christmas and a good time New Year's Eve? Let me know. For those, I did see a few of you up in Brisbane and I got to catch up with some people. But for those that I haven't spoken to over the time, I hope you've had a good time and let me know what music you saw and where you've been. We're recording this show. We've got Hayley Jensen is waiting for us in the green room and we're going to have a chat to her about her shows in Tamworth. So this week, Tamworth is beginning for so many. I know a lot of you today arrived. I heard lots of stories of people coming into town and having their photos at the Golden Guitar. It looked really hot. I'm not looking forward to that part, but other than that, I can't wait to get there and see you all. So we might welcome her into the room.
Hey, Danni. Hi, everybody.
How are you? Happy New Year.
I'm fantastic. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. It is going to be a good new year. I believe it. Yeah. I can feel it in my bones.
How good are you? 2023 kicking off with a Golden Guitar nomination and it's starting on a good foot, isn't it?
Yeah, cannot get much better than that. I've got to tell you, Danni. Yeah, it's going to be huge, and Tamworth is going to be absolutely massive. From what I've heard, there's record numbers of people have been buying tickets and not getting campsites and all that sort of stuff. So it is really going to be a fantastic, and it always is, you know.
It's always
the best way to start the year. So yeah,
it definitely is a great way to start the year. But yeah, it's always big. And I sit here thinking, looking at my schedule for next week, thinking, I'm tired already.
Yeah. My husband brought home from an industry conference this little like portable fan thing. That you like press and you can just be like, oh. You know, so you do. I think everyone in Tamworth, you should buy a ticket to show and get one of these now. I can't turn it off. Like it should be, you know, or buy your camping spot or whatever and you get one of these. Because I'm going to need it. I tell you what. And then you hang it around your neck and you've just got it all the time. I think it's
when people will be coming in and watching all the interviews and our hair will be going like, you know, it's just like the movies.
You're like, what? I just have this effect, you know.
This is just me. I'm this elegant.
Yeah. No, it's fabulous.
That, people that were just drinking their tea spat it out laughing at me then. Elegant. Never ever something I've been accused of being. Tell us a little bit. You've got a big year planned.
I do.
You've got new music. What are you up to?
So of course Tamworth is going to kick off. I've got a show on Saturday at Moonshiners. Then I'm singing at Country Turns Pink on Sunday night, and then I'm headlining the main stage show on the Tuesday, and then my husband and I are driving straight home to repack our bags. Like I don't even, if I turned the camera right now around and you saw the state of our house, like we are going on a massive international trip. So I'm actually going to be missing the Golden Guitars in person this year, unfortunately, but we are going to celebrate a beautiful friend's, my husband's in the bridal party wedding in Brazil, and we're having a week in Buenos Aires, and then which is going to be incredible. It'll probably just be like a continuation of the Tamworth weather. Yeah. So Tamworth will kind of get me, you know, in the spirit of the heat wave. And then we're off to Antarctica on a 16-day cruise to go and see all the beautiful little penguins. And it's to celebrate both of our 40th birthdays that are happening well, mine's just happened and his is happening this year. This year. So yeah, it's gonna. that's crazy. And then we literally land on the Wednesday, and the Saturday I've got a show here in Sydney, out at a winery, Stockade Country Festival. And then it's pretty much every weekend until the middle of the year. There's something kind of, festival with PBA, or there's just festivals galore happening and different shows. So it's an amazing way to start the year, knowing that the calendar is pretty much booked for half the year and also the back end of the year. So it's going to be great. And making new music in the midst of it all.
Yeah. Got so much spare time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, while I'm just laying around with the penguins in Antarctica, I'll be,
That's right.
sending my vocal takes to the producer in Canada. That's how you do it, right? That's how we make music in this modern era.
We do it anywhere in the world, don't we? We've learned how to do it. And tell us a little bit, Four Boots, your current single.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that one. And
so it's a collaboration with a Canadian artist. So you may notice there's a few songs that I've now been doing with the Canadians. And my producer is Canadian, and they're just such a great bunch of people that I've kind of connected up with over there that have been incredible champions of my music and voice and as an artist. So Four Boots was written with Dan Davidson, who I have done a duet with, Really Shouldn't Drink Around You, which we actually got to sing together at Groundwater Country Music Festival last year. And Clayton Bellamy, who's one of the main guys from the band The Roadhammers. So we co-wrote that together online, of course. Clayton and I sort of recorded it in our different parts of the world, and I recorded mine here in my cupboard behind me there, and very high tech.
How strange, you write a song and you record it with somebody, and you don't have to actually be in the same room once.
So
the same country.
It was literally so weird, like going, okay, do you remember your parts? Yeah, I think so. Do you remember your parts? Yeah, I think so. All right. Well, let's both sing and, mush it together. And I don't know how the producer did. He's a miracle worker, but brought it all together. And it's one of my favorite songs on the album, actually. It's very fun to play live. It always gets a really good reaction from the crowd. It's kind of one of these ones that if people aren't kind of up and convinced or ready to have a boogie, as soon as the beat starts of that song, it's like, we're up. So hips are moving, and so it's it's really good.
And it's so good because you get to see it, not like when you're doing all those lives and you sing a song and you think, is everyone? And then there's a delay for the hand claps to come through.
You're like, no, they didn't like it. Oh, good. Oh, phew. Thanks, Mum. Exactly. No, that's right. It's always the nervous few. She'll kill me for saying that, by the way. There's other people too, Mum. But also,
you have lots of great fans, supportive fans that are everywhere.
Wonderful crew that my little Hayley's Comets that have just been with me through for years and years. Many of them have been supporting me for my whole career. It's pretty incredible to know, that there's people that are there waiting for you to put new music out. If you come to the town, they're just going to turn up at the show. It's something that I'll never ever take for granted or sort of expect to just be there. So every time anyone cares about anything I'm doing, I'm so grateful because it's a tough old world out there, especially in the music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fear of going from town to town too, because you might think I've got fans where I live because they see you all the time, but to be able to have that group of people that aren't just around right where you live, that would be so lovely to go, well, I know there are people here that want to hear me. And and I mean, it's always a risk, right? It's always a
big risk. And I don't know, if people kind of consider that, or, like a lot of the time you get, oh, you didn't come to here, or you didn't come there. And it's like, oh, yeah, but I
It's half
went
an
like
hour away.
30 minutes away. And
Half an hour away.
I'm driving 8 hours to get there. So
Yes, please drive half an hour to come and see me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, it's like a logistical, it's crazy getting the whole band to fit into a vehicle, and and then guaranteeing that everyone can be paid and everything can be paid for, and there's a lot involved in it, rather than just turning up and being like, oh yeah, we love to play music, because I might do that, but the people that I play with are like, I need to pay my rent, and I'm like, hey, I also need to pay my rent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, and on top of that too, everyone plays for different artists as well. You might be part of this band, but often, so even just trying to find dates that everyone can be free for, and there's just so much to it. There's so many layers of booking and touring, and then knowing that people do tend to want to buy on the night rather than pre-sales, so those nerves of going into it when there might only be a handful sold, it's a huge nerve-wracking. I don't envy you, not one bit.
Oh, look, I mean, it's part of that. It's part of the risk of the business, is going, okay, which places do I know that I'm going to get people, and then which ones am I going to take a bit of a risk on, to kind of think, I wonder if people will come out if I go here or whatever. And you've got to put yourself out there, because if you just stay in your lounge room for your entire career and too scared to hit the road in case people aren't going to turn up, then you're never going to make new fans anyway, and you're going to be miserable just sort of living in a strange bubble.
Exactly right. Yeah. This little bubble that we've had to live in, you need to get out of it. It's hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
This show is airing Tamworth during the festival, the very start of the festival. Tell us what your favourite Tamworth memories are, and do you remember the very first time you went?
Yeah, I certainly do. So my first time was in 2016. I just looked up there because I have well, there's my dad, and he came with me, and I was part of the Toyota Star Maker competition. I was one of the top 10 finalists, and so Dad drove all the way from Albury Wodonga with his camper trailer and set up his camper, and I went, yeah, Dad, I need to be in air conditioned, so I stayed.
You can stay there. I'm going here. Yeah.
I ended up spending like my entire life savings on a motel somewhere down the road. And I played the Coca-Cola Talent Quest show or talent show, and Fan Zone, and Star Maker, and I think the Pig and Tinderbox. And James Blundell, though, had me open for him, which was a real highlight. Yeah. So I was doing all these little spots, and then there was Star Maker, which I was like, and then and then incredible, that James had me to support for him at his big show at West Blazers. Like, it was a massive show, and just such a wonderful. His audience was so wonderful too. They were a really listening crowd, rather, not a rowdy bunch. So it was nice. They listened to my songs, and it was made some new fans and friends out of that experience. And I'll never forget it, because it was just especially having my dad there, who's no longer with us. It was it was a really special time. So every time I go back to Tamworth now, I kind of feel like I catch him out of the corner of my eye, but I feel like he's there, with me, cheering me on and supporting me. So it's just it's such a special place for so many people for so many different reasons. But that's for me, that kind of is always takes out the winning memories of Tamworth for me.
Yeah. Oh, how beautiful. I love to hear everyone's stories. But it's funny, isn't it? You always remember your first Tamworth for multiple different reasons. But I think for me, when I left Tamworth after that first trip, it was, I can't miss it now.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't feel like it's going to be a choice to keep going.
Yeah. It's not one of these just like, oh, bucket list things. It's like,
no,
okay, well, that's in the calendar every year. Yeah.
If I don't go, I'm not breathing. So
Yeah.
I have to go.
Truly, it felt so weird last year to start the year without Tamworth at the beginning of the year. And then it was in the middle, like, well, April kind of felt like, you know, it felt like we were all just kind of hovering around waiting for that to happen to start the year. And then, well, not really. I did a massive album launch tour before it happened, but
it still didn't feel like it was the new year, did it? Yeah.
It did not. And then that was even weird because it felt like the back end of the year was so condensed. And now we're here again. And I'm like, hang on a minute, this doesn't feel like a year ago. It wasn't a year ago.
It wasn't a year ago. That's right. But how did you like the heat in April? Because that
was so magnificent. Yes. It was beautiful. Just walking around, you know, with jeans on if you wanted to. Having a little leather jacket in the evening if you know, got a bit nippy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm going to be with this.
I just think it's crazy how, you know, golden guitars and we all get dressed up on all the award ceremonies. And really, why are we doing it? Because we know by the time we get there, the makeup's going to be melted off. The clothes are going to be dripping wet. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, it's the golden guitars. It's every single time you step out of the house and back into the car and crank the air conditioning and then you get out of the car and again. I'm really glad that I've only got one outdoor performance this year.
I had to say that, the outdoor stage.
And it's Tuesday night for Country Rocks the Park. And, I mean, that's going to be an amazing show. Massive lineup. Kicks off at 7. Come along. It's free, everybody. You got to come to the big park shows at night. I don't think I'm on till like about 9:30 or something. So I'm like, hey, Siri, what's the weather in Tamworth at 9:30? And here my Siri goes off. Go away.
I was about to say, have you checked the weather for that day?
It's hot. It's hot. It doesn't cool down at night.
All Siri needs to say is it's hot. Doesn't matter what the number is, it's going to be hot.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get this Tamworth where it rains and it's hot, so it's even worse.
I know. It's I don't know why we do it, and I'm looking at my outfits, going, I'm wearing long pants and long why have I got all these layers of things? And but you know, fashion comes first.
That's right. Fashion comes first in Tamworth. But before we go, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you've got a huge
thanks for having me.
And well, hopefully you can come back in after your big trip. Tell us all about that and your music as it comes throughout the year. But before we do wrap up, Tamworth times again. Where can people come and see you if they're at the festival?
Yes, please come to my shows. I'd love to see you. My actual show is on Saturday the 14th at 4 p.m. Very easy to remember. And I'm celebrating my 40th, so it's all 444s. I don't know if that's good luck or not, but it's going to be at Moonshiners, and Travis Collins is on straight after me. So come down, and I think the Germain sisters are on, or Germain, I think they're called now, are on before. Yes. So it's just like going to be this great day of music at Moonshiners. So I reckon everybody just come down, settle in, you know, come up the road, settle in for the day, and it's going to be exactly. So I've got the wonderful Abby Ferris opening for me. And there'll be a meet and greet, and then I think Nat Pearson's opening for Travis. So it's just going to be a great day of music.
Great night.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, and there are tickets available, but it is selling fast. So get in. Yes. And Sunday, I'm going to be singing a song, the song that I wrote for my dad. Actually, You're With Me at Country Turns Pink, in support of the Cancer Council at West Blazers, and tickets are still available for that too. And then on Tuesday night, down at the park, big concert there. I'll be headlining that one. So come on down.
And make sure you say hello meet and
Please
greet.
do.
Come and say hi to everybody because it's such a nice thing to be able to put faces to names, especially over COVID where we've been talking to everybody online.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's right. So I'll be frantically running around putting posters up, and then, you know, it's always good at Tamworth because different artists go around and see each other's shows and stuff too. So you never know who you're going to spot when you're walking around the town, and I love that too because it just feels like a big family coming.
It does, doesn't it?
Back
and
together.
It's that one time a year where we're all in the one spot, so we actually we don't get a lot of time to catch up, but it's just nice to see people and go, hey, how are you? And support each other. It's
so
lovely.
if you do see me down the street at Tamworth, come and say hello to me. I don't bite, I promise. I might be holding my fan up. I'll share my fan with you. But come and say hello because you're right.
Definitely. Oh, come and share the fan, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for talking to us. I know that we're going to really quickly cross paths in Tamworth. That's why we couldn't do the interview live. But it is just lovely to see you, and congratulations on the nomination because
thanks, Danni.
You're one of the hardest working ladies in country music.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And thanks to everybody for your support. And I'll see you in Tamworth. Woohoo!
Well, thank you, everybody. Come and see us in Tamworth. I will be there from the Tuesday. Come and have a chat to me. I'm at the Atrium Cafe. We've got shows all week. I'll put the ads up really soon. Got the last lot of confirmations coming in today. So come and say hi, and we will see you at a show around the festival. Thanks, Hayley.
See you guys.